How's it going, guys? So we're gonna be chopping again today, filling the second bunk and also a couple upright silos. So it should be a pretty busy day. They're not gonna actually be chopping for a couple more hours. So I'm gonna get some hay bales and just set them on the edges to hold the plastic for now. The bunk is ready to go. They're planning to be here in about 2 hours, but they're actually going to start filling a upright silo first. That's down at the heifer farm. So we're going to actually go down there in a little bit and set that silo up. I'm at the farm where we keep our heifers now. We're going to be filling this silo on the left. It's 20-foot diameter by 72 feet tall with corn silage. So we have to get these gates out of the way and clean the ground up a little bit. We got to raise the unloader for them to fill it then. I got the unloader taken apart a little bit so it's ready to raise up. We just got to lift it up to the top into the roof up there so that we can fill it up, and then we'll be able to set up the unloader on top once we're done. I'm just going to go through. There's a couple doors up through here that need to be closed. A bunch of them are already closed up there. There's just some at the bottom I got to get. We got the winch running now, which is raising the unloader. It's winding this cable up, and that cable runs up to the top of the silo and then down and holds the unloader there. Dad's gonna stay in the feed room and watch the winch. I'm gonna climb up the outside of the silo and then I'll tell him when to stop it once we're at the top. A little scary up here. It's a nice view though. This winch is pretty slow in this silo, so I'm gonna have to wait a bit. It's still way down there. We got the unloader raised to the top as high as we can get it there, and the feed will shoot out of the spout. It'll be right below it. We're ready to fill. Sounds like the chopper is here right now, so they're gonna get started. We gotta get the blower hooked up. They're working at filling that heifer silo right now, and that corn is actually being purchased from a neighbor. We had a neighbor that had an extra 15 acres of corn. He kind of wanted to sell for silage, so we said we'd buy it, so that's where that's coming from. But we're actually gonna hook the case back up to the weight, try this one again. So last video, the case had another breakdown. The one hydraulic line busted. We got that fixed up, so we're gonna see if it works for us today. She seems to like to give issues when we're trying to pack bunk with it for some reason. quite a few loads still to go in here. These guys have been busy this week. They're running around the clock right now, so they're doing a shift change. They're gonna get started now with the bunker silo. The heifer silo is not full yet, but they're gonna finish that later. We want to get the bunk done. Yeah, it feels about right. Just had a new calf born. He's ready for a second tractor now. Now the bunk in the middle there that we did first was 42 feet wide, and this one's 34 feet wide. So we're gonna have to be a little more careful not to run into each other. Now we're chopping again. They actually stopped for about an hour, a little bit more, because the chopper had an issue that they had to work on, but they got it going now. We actually got a different rig that we're trying out this year. We used one of these a few years ago a little bit, but it's a sheep's footed roller, and they say these do a good job, especially on the top, to get that top layer of the bunk finished good. Then I'm gonna fire it up and take it up on the bunk right now and see if I can get the back wall packed better. It's a vibrating roller, and it's a sheep's foot, so that kind of packs to the second level. It's not just packing the surface like a round roller would. on the tractor now for a bit. Bunk's getting fuller. It seems to be yielding well. This late corn is doing better than the early corn. This is the second to last load coming in right now. Now that they're done with the bunk, they're gonna start working on that silo again that they had started this morning. It's about 2/3 full or a little more. They gotta finish that silo and then switch over and do another silo. So it's gonna be a pretty long night. I started running the tractor again because I felt like it did a little bit better on the hill and getting along the edges of the bunk. But I'm gonna switch back to the sheep's footed roller to finish up. It's a little after 10 o'clock and we just got the bunk filled. Cows are done being milked for the 3rd time today. So we just got to go ahead and cover it. It's dark, so you probably won't be able to see much. We're spreading the plastic out, as you can't see. All right, we're making progress. We're throwing tires on the bunk now, but I had to come check this silo. Got a couple more loads in, now we're up almost to the top. My distributor's not quite throwing it evenly, it's more to the left side, so might have to stop a little earlier because we're not filling that far corner there, but we'll get this last load in and then we'll switch to the silo at the home farm. Okay, bunk number 2 is done. So we got the bunk done and covered, and the silo at the heifer farm is full. Now we switched them up to the silo at the home farm. There's just about 11 acres of non-BMR corn they're putting in that silo. And we're gonna mix that in with the cow feed a little bit. We wanna feed mainly the BMR. Tomorrow we'll level those silos off and get the unloaders going. I think I'm gonna make a separate video of that. So that's gonna be it for this one. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna have to wait up till these guys are done. So got some chocolate milk and I'm gonna work on editing a video. But yeah, my office is basically done. We'll have to do a full tour of this once it's completely finished. So yeah.